Focus. Focus is one of the keys to success in QLA. And I had an experience over the weekend that just drove home again how important focus is. So we have, in the Whipple family, a couple of Arkansas rescues. We used to have purebreds only. We ended up with 2 rescues, mixed breeds, one of which is mostly a mountain cur, which is a hunting dog. And on our property, we've got a few buildings, and one of them has underneath it a home for some woodchucks, and the woodchuck had babies. So the hunting dog went out, went looking at that building, heard the noise underneath, and while it can't get under the building, sat and stared at the opening that he thought the woodchuck might come out. And yesterday morning, I got up early, a little after 5. I went out, let the dogs out, which I normally do in the morning. They do whatever dogs do after not being out overnight. And that dog ran right over to that hole, sat down, and looked at it. It was a warm day. The sun was out as well shortly after I let him out. I feed them in the morning after they go out. I got his food. I shook it in the dog bin, and he had no interest in coming in to eat, which is really weird behavior. He sat there staring at that hole for 5 hours. Didn't move. It was hot. He didn't have water out there. Had water inside, but didn't have water out there. Every time I looked at him, he was just sitting there, focused, staring at that hole, hoping that a woodchuck would come out. He's a hunting dog. So it just reminded me of how important focus is. You can call it an obsession. That dog is obsessed with that woodchuck. But the more you can get to that end of the continuum, the more you can get to that's the only thing that you're focused on, that being QLA, you will have much more success. Why? Because all the distractions disappeared. That dog was not distracted even by food at that point. He had one mission, he was on that mission, and he stayed on that mission. He did not complete that mission. He didn't get a woodchuck, but he went back in the afternoon, did the same thing, and while we were away during the day, we came back, let him back out, and he went right back to that spot. So I would encourage you to take a lesson from that. He didn't feel sorry for himself when the sun was on him all day long. He didn't want anything else other than that. So if you can get to that same place with QLA, you will be, I think, very, very surprised, and you will like the results that you see. Okay, so if you've got any ideas for future podcasts, I'd love to hear those. You just go ahead and email me at bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you go over to brucewhipple.com, go ahead and grab the free class. It's brucewhipple.com/free class. I look forward to hearing from you. And remember, this is QLA's time. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you fail to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of.